Okay, we're gonna do a drawing for class today, and the materials that you are receiving are a pencil sharpener, a regular pencil, an ebony pencil. And this ebony pencil is a darker value than your regular pencil. You can get more dark with this, and it's nice for shading to get a good value and contrast. You're getting a blending stump, and this is good for fine detail shading instead of using your finger. A ruler if you choose to do a grid. I gave you 2 pieces of paper so that just in case you have a mistake, you can use the other side, and then you can have an extra sheet. And an eraser. This is an art eraser. It is good for charcoal and various art supplies. It's an extra soft eraser. All right, so today we are going to begin by picking a subject for our drawing. Now you can share a picture with me and I can print it, or if you are deciding not to use the grid and you are very experienced and feeling comfortable in just free drawing it, you can do that, and you can find an image on your phone and just have that by you while you work. So the image that you choose should have a good contrast, something that has values from light to dark. You want to practice your shading with this drawing. So you're not only going to be drawing an outline, but you're also going to be adding shading throughout the whole drawing. So to get started today, I'm just going to show you some tips on how to shade and draw. So let's say we are going to draw a cupcake. So for a cupcake, typically when you're drawing something, you want to lightly sketch it so that you can erase easily if you make a mistake. And I like to work my way around the drawing very lightly first. Okay. Okay, so I've got this sketchy outline happening. Now, when you start shading, you're going to want to start with the darker areas first. You don't want to get too detailed right away. Not until you're ready to start shading. So if you have a grid, you're going to want to erase the grid at this point before you start shading. All right, so now I'm going to start with the darkest shadows first, and here's a tip. Take your ebony pencil now. See, I did my sketch part with the regular pencil because it's easier to erase, but now I'm moving into shading and I'm going to use this ebony one. So you're going to get a layer down on a scrap sheet of your ebony, and then take your blending stump and get a little bit of that on there. So now I've got some on there. And you're going to draw with this, and you're just going to very gently add in your darkest spots first. And I believe the shadow here will be my darkest spot. And you're going to work in layers. You start by lightly adding in your contrasted areas so that if you make a mistake, you can erase it. Kind of smear here. If you push too hard, you're going to end up with these tool marks, and you don't really want those in your drawing. They're hard to get blended in. So you want to lightly add your shadows. And once you're comfortable with the shadows that you've made, you can make them darker and layer them more. Another good strategy is to shade an entire area and draw with your eraser. So I'm gonna just very carefully add some value here to my frosting and then show you that you can draw with your eraser too. And that's why these art erasers are nice, because they don't completely erase the pencil right away, so that you can actually do some drawing with it. And then you can go back in and kind of make a gradual valued shift from light to dark. So you're just gonna work on that. You layer it and you get some nice value down. And once you've got kind of a general shadow happening, then you can go in with your pencil and do your fine details where you really see those sharp, dark shadows. You can also take a strategy of where you do, instead of having this pile here, you can add a little bit with your pencil and then take your blending stump and work it in a little bit. And then add another layer with your pencil. You just have to be careful with that, because sometimes it's hard to get rid of the pencil lines. Alright, so let's pretend that I have spent a few days on this, worked really hard, added detail, and I'm ready to turn it in. You're going to want to write your name on the outside, because we're going to be doing a digital art show. So you're going to have your name on the outside and take a very nice photo of your work, and then you're going to submit a picture of your work onto the assignment on Google Classroom, and I'll put it on our virtual art show on our website. If you don't want it on the art show, you can just write in the comments, please do not display, and I won't put it on there. So that's our procedure for turning in our work. And all right, have a wonderful day, and I'm excited to see what you come up with.